Hi guys, it's Charmaine, and for those of you who don't know me, I'm a heart and soul coach, and I specialize in helping people heal shame and trauma and abuse to find deeper self-love, because what I found is self-love is where life begins to get good. And it's funny because I teach this stuff and I also have to live it. And I had to say no to myself today. Hi, Ken. Hi, Mick. And in that, I've been working so hard because I have such a soul mission right now to bring the self-love message to as many people as possible because it's so freaking life-changing. I've experienced it be so life-changing. Self-love is exactly where everything begins. All the good stuff we want to create, relationships and money and wealth and great jobs and wonderful families, all of that starts with self-love. So it's my mission to spread this as much as possible. And in doing so, I get a little bit overzealous sometimes. And my office manager, hi Quinn, and I were just talking about doing a self-love challenge for Valentine's Day, a 5-day self-love challenge. And I'm super excited to do this. And I was doing my morning walk this morning with the dogs. And I just had this feeling like I can't. I want to do this, all of this incredible stuff in my business and spread this message more. And I want to do this self-love challenge. And I'm exhausted. I am so tired. I don't have it in me to do a challenge quite yet. And I was so disappointed when I had this realization because I'm really excited about getting this challenge out there. But I just don't have the inner resources. Yesterday was Sunday. It was my first day off in a very long time. And I laid on the couch and watched Downton Abbey for hours. And it felt like heaven. Because even though we might have these grand desires for ourselves and grand visions and all these things we want to do, the fact is we're human. And especially as women, we only have limited energy. And if we surpass our energy limit, we actually end up taking energy from our adrenals and taking energy from our body. And that's when we enter into chronic illness. So I have learned the hard way through having chronic illness that if you get the message from yourself to take it easy, slow down, say no to that thing that you really want to do or that way you want to express yourself, just postpone it a little bit. As you do these things, we're actually loving ourselves and loving our bodies because our soul energy is really, really fast and it wants to do all of these really cool things. Our bodies are a lot slower to catch up with that. And it can really frustrate me at times because I have all of these ideas and love what I do so much and just want to get out there more and more, but my body isn't always willing to or ready to. And for me, I know that's happening when I have this kind of like fuzzy-headed, groggy feeling and can't get off the couch. I don't know if that happens for you. I'd be curious to know what your cue is that you're overextending yourself. You know, how do you know when, oh, this is too much? I've got to say no to this obligation or this party or doing this favor for somebody or doing this project. How do you know when you've had too much? For me, it's just waking up feeling like a zombie. My head is just thick and heavy and I can't really think straight. That's when I know I've pushed my body and my adrenals too much, too far. And again, I want to say, especially as women, we're not supposed to do that. But men's bodies are biologically wired to be better at pushing. Because men's bodies, when they have a challenge, it releases a ton of testosterone and they can meet that challenge. And as they meet that challenge, they actually experience stress relief. For women, we don't work that way. When we have lots of challenges we want to do or things we want to create, we need to kind of manufacture that testosterone. And we do, but when it gets into the too much range, we're actually we're depleting our bodies. So many women clients, female clients I have struggle with this. We want to do everything and we want to help everybody all the time. And make dinner, and make dessert, and clean the house, and go see friends. And we just aren't built for it. So self-love is really about finding that balance, really knowing when is your cue that you've gone into the too much? When do you know that you're heading into crash town? When can you tell for yourself? Again, as I mentioned, for me, it's when I have that like fuzzy-headed, heavy feeling and oh my God, I just can't move. I can't move. I don't even want to go for a walk. And I love my walks. That's when I know it's too much. So I had to say no to myself. I had to say, okay, I'm postponing this really exciting self-love challenge for 2 weeks. We're going to start on the 26th of February now, and it's going to be a free self-love challenge. If you want to join, you'll see more information about that. And I'm super excited to do it. And I can't wait. I just need a few more weeks to get myself ready to think about it and put the right energies into it so that I can show up as my best self for everybody I want to serve. Because if we're acting from depletion all of the time, we're not showing up as our best selves. We can't. We just can't. So I'm getting my energy ready so that I can share it and offer this self-love challenge at the end of February. Thank you for the likes, Quinn and Marilee. I'm really, really super excited about it, and you'll hear more about that. But my lesson that I have to continually remind myself about is I've got to say no to myself sometimes. I just have to. And I suspect you do too at times. And it's not always easy. You'd think it would be really easy to say no to the extra hard workouts or the millions of obligations you have, the social obligations you have, the friend obligations you have, the work that has to be done. But sometimes you've just got to say no. No to cleaning the house, no to cooking dinner, no to working those extra hours. Even no to the parties sometimes. If you're an introvert like I am, I love going to parties, but if I've had a lot on my plate lately, I just don't have the capacity to really engage with people in a way that's very pleasant. I get a little bit quiet and shy, believe it or not. So that's my message today. I just wanted to share that my own learning is if you really want to love yourself and engage with self-love, you've got to learn when your cues are that you're doing too much, you've gone too far, and to say no to yourself. The actual doing of that gets a little bit tricky, but it's so important. We might know we're overextending ourselves. Most of my clients do, but putting it into action, saying no, making a change is a lot harder. So I just want to encourage you to make that change for yourself. If there's a place where you're overdoing it, move into trust. Move into trust that everything will get taken care of. For me, with this self-love challenge, it's this trust that every person's lives who I'm meant to touch, they will be touched somehow. It may not be next week, but our divine appointment, as one of my mentors calls it, our divine appointment to intersect will happen. So it's about moving from lack of I have to do all of this to do my soul mission to trust that everyone who needs this message is going to find it in their own time and when is right for them to find it. So I hope that was helpful. If you know anybody, hi Danielle, oh, I love you so much. If you know anyone who could use this message about truly honoring yourself and loving yourself and saying no to overdoing it, which is a revolutionary act in this culture, because we're in a culture where our worth is so often based on productivity. That's the American way. You're worthy and you're valuable if you work your butt off. So if you're feeling brave, let's change that. Let's change that. So we're a culture that honors being good to ourselves, honoring ourselves, nurturing ourselves so that we can truly show up for others. If you know anyone who could use this message, please share this with them. Loving you so much, and please stay tuned for that self-love challenge. It is going to happen February 26th. I've just need a little more time to plan it so I can make it really great for you guys. Okay, thank you everybody who's on this, everybody who watches, and I will talk to you later. Bye.